It was a peaceful, starry night in the small village of Eldoria, a place where magic and mysteries intertwined around every corner. The leaves of the trees gently danced to the rhythm of the wind, while the stars sparkled like diamonds in the night sky. In this enchanted setting, there lived a young man named Arthur. Eldoria, known for its ancient legends and magical creatures, was a refuge for those who sought the unknown. The narrow streets were lit by enchanted lanterns that floated in the air, emitting a soft, comforting glow. Arthur, with his curious eyes and brave heart, has always felt a deep connection to the magic around him. Ever since he was little, he heard stories of dragons sleeping beneath the mountains and forests inhabited by fairies and ancestral spirits. He dreamed of exploring every hidden corner of his village and uncovering the secrets it held. That particular night, Arthur felt a special calling. Something in the air was different, a sense of expectation that made his heart beat faster. He looked up at the stars, feeling they had a message for him. Without knowing exactly what awaited him, but with the courage that always accompanied him, Arthur decided to follow the instinct that guided him. As he walked through the silent streets of Eldoria, the young man noticed small signs of magic pulsing around him. Flowers opened with an ethereal glow. Night creatures watched from the bushes with luminous eyes, and the wind whispered ancient words he could not yet understand. Each step brought him closer to a destiny he could barely imagine, a destiny that promised adventures beyond his wildest dreams. Eldoria was about to reveal one of its greatest secrets, and Arthur, with his unwavering courage and curiosity, was destined to be part of that revelation. Arthur was a curious and dreamy boy, with eyes that reflected the depth of crystal-clear lakes and a heart full of courage and kindness. He had always felt that there was something special in his life, something that destiny had in store for him. But until that moment, his life was simple, full of little adventures in the forest and stories told by the village elders. Every dawn, Arthur explored the forest around the village, marveling at the diversity of plants and animals he found. He climbed the tallest trees to have a panoramic view of the world around him, and imagined himself a great explorer, exploring unknown lands. His adventures were always accompanied by his faithful dog, Brutus, who shared his curiosity and courage. The nights were equally magical for Arthur. He gathered with the elders around the campfire, listening to stories of ancient times, of legendary heroes and enchanted realms. Each narrative lit a flame in his heart, making him believe that one day he too would experience great things. The elders, with their wise and experienced voices, noticed the sparkle in Arthur's eyes and often told him that he was destined for something great. Arthur also had a special fascination with the stars. On clear nights, he would lie on the soft grass, watching the sky and wondering about the mysteries it held. I imagined that each star was a portal to a different world, full of wonders and challenges. This thought gave him a sense of purpose, as if the stars were conspiring to guide him on his future journey. His life, although simple, was filled with moments that fueled his imagination and strengthened his spirit. Arthur knew that the world was vast and full of possibilities, and he was eager to discover what destiny had in store for him. He felt that every little adventure, every story heard, and every star gazed at were pieces of a great puzzle that would one day reveal his true purpose in life. One night, while walking through the forest, Arthur found a cave hidden behind a sparkling waterfall. Intrigued, he entered, guided by a soft, golden light emanating from the depths of the cave. Upon reaching the center, he came across an old leather book, covered in dust and engraved with arcane symbols. Curious, Arthur opened the book, and at that moment, a whispering voice filled the air. The voice seemed ancient and filled with forgotten secrets, reverberating off the cave walls. Arthur felt a shiver run down his spine as the whispered words began to form understandable sentences, revealing stories of a distant time, where dragons, wizards, and lost kingdoms ruled the land. The cave seemed to come to life with each whisper, and the golden light intensified, illuminating inscriptions on the walls that were previously invisible. The book, now in his hands, pulsed with a magical energy, as if it was eager to share its knowledge and secrets with its new guardian. Arthur realized that this discovery was not merely accidental, but rather the beginning of a journey that would change his destiny forever. Arthur, young man of pure heart, you have been chosen for a great destiny. This book contains a powerful spell, capable of bringing peace and harmony to all of Eldoria. But to do so, you must prove your courage and purity. In your ancient and enchanted pages hide secrets that date back to the beginnings of our world, when magic was still young and untamed. Only those with a pure soul can decipher his words, and only the truly brave can endure the tests he imposes. Brace yourself, Arthur, as your journey will take you through forgotten realms, where mythical creatures await, and where your every decision will shape the destiny of Eldoria. With each step, the book will reveal more of its mysteries, testing not only your bravery, but also your wisdom and compassion. True magic lies not just in the words of the spell, but in the heart of the caster. Determined to discover his true potential, Arthur spent nights studying the book and practicing the spells. He soon discovered that the main spell required the combination of 3 rare elements: a dragon's tear, the heart of a falling star, and the whisper of an ancient oak. His journey began at Dragon Mountain, a place feared by many. Arthur climbed the steep mountain, braving freezing winds and mystical creatures. At the top, he encountered the guardian dragon, a majestic creature with scales that glittered like rubies. Arthur, with his kindness and courage, managed to gain the trust of the dragon, who offered a crystal tear, a symbol of friendship and respect. The next destination was the Valley of the Stars, where shooting stars fell like rains of light. Arthur waited patiently until a shooting star approached, and with a sincere wish he managed to capture its luminous heart. Finally, Arthur headed to the Forest of Ancients, where time seemed to stand still. Each step echoed among the ancient trees, silent witnesses of forgotten ages. He found the ancient oak, whose branches touched the sky, as if they were hands stretched out in prayer. The atmosphere was filled with mystery and serenity, with a gentle breeze that seemed to tell ancient secrets. With reverence, Arthur asked for the whisper of the oak, a blessing of nature. The ancient oak, recognizing the young man's purity, granted him the magical whisper. A whisper that was more than a sound. It was a melody of wisdom and power that coursed through his being, connecting him to the primal forces of the earth. The oak leaves danced in an ancient rhythm, as the whisper revealed secrets of ages past and promises of great futures. Arthur felt a new energy pulse through his veins, knowing that this moment would change his destiny forever. With the three elements in hand, Arthur returned to the cave. When reciting the spell, an intense light enveloped the village of Eldoria, bringing peace and harmony to all its inhabitants. Arthur's magic not only transformed the village, but also revealed his true destiny as the guardian of Eldoria, a protector of magic and nature. The light emanated by the spell traveled through every corner of the village, revitalizing withered plants and purifying polluted waters, filling the hearts of the inhabitants with indescribable joy. Wild animals, which previously feared human presence, now lived in perfect harmony with the residents. And so, Arthur lived his adventures, always guided by the light of kindness and courage. His story has been told for generations, inspiring young people to believe in the magic that exists within each of us. Legends spoke of how he faced mythical creatures and uncovered ancient secrets, always with a smile on his face and a friendly word for those in need. The elders of Eldoria often gathered around campfires to recount Arthur's exploits, reminding everyone that true magic lies in a pure heart and the will to do good. Each year, on the anniversary of the Great Transformation, the village celebrated with festivals and rituals, renewing its commitment to the values that Arthur held dear. The streets were filled with music and dancing. Houses were decorated with colorful flowers and people wore traditional costumes. Children ran around happily, while elders shared stories of times gone by around roaring campfires. There were stalls with typical foods, full of exotic flavors, and artisans displayed their skills, creating masterpieces before the amazed eyes of visitors. Sacred rituals were performed at dawn and sunset, when village elders, dressed in ceremonial robes, chanted ancient chants that echoed across the mountains. This was a moment of deep reflection and gratitude, where each inhabitant renewed their vows of kindness, courage, and mutual respect, keeping Arthur's ideals alive. The festivities culminated in a grand night procession, lit by paper lanterns, symbolizing the light of wisdom and hope that guided the community. Alaric's Tower, located high on a hill, has become a place of learning and reflection. Sages and scholars from all corners came to share knowledge and discover the secrets of the universe. Alaric, always generous with his time and wisdom, welcomed everyone with a smile, eager to teach and learn. The tower also housed an observatory, where telescopes pointed to the sky, allowing the curious to explore the constellations and better understand the cosmos. Estella, true to her promise, watched over the kingdom from her heavenly home. From time to time, he would go down to Earth to visit Alaric, share news about the universe, and reinforce their friendship. Together, they continued to protect the cosmic balance, facing new challenges and celebrating their victories. The connection between the kingdom and the stars has strengthened, creating an inseparable link of light and hope. In the kingdom, harmony reigned. The fields bloomed with vibrant colors, the forests whispered ancient songs, and the rivers sparkled in the starlight. Animals and humans lived in peaceful coexistence, respecting and caring for each other. The cities and villages prospered, their streets lit by enchanted lanterns that reflected the stellar glow. The nights were moments of togetherness, where people gathered to tell stories, sing and dance under the sky. The kingdom's leaders, inspired by Alaric, ruled with justice and wisdom. They always sought the well-being of their subjects, promoting peace and prosperity. Councils were held frequently, where each citizen's voice was heard and considered. Decisions were made with care and love, ensuring that the kingdom continued to flourish. Alaric, now more than a wizard, was a symbol of hope. He planted gardens of magical herbs, whose scents brought calm and healing. His potions and elixirs were famous for their effectiveness, helping to cure illnesses and alleviate suffering. He also created enchantments that protected homes and people, ensuring that darkness would never threaten the kingdom again. In his meditations, Alaric often felt the presence of the stars, as if they whispered ancient secrets and songs from other galaxies. He wrote everything down in his books, creating a vast and rich library, full of magical and scientific knowledge. Students came from far and wide to read his writings and learn about the wonders of the universe, perpetuating his legacy of wisdom and kindness. Festivities in the kingdom always included moments of stargazing. Families gathered in open fields, lying on blankets, looking up at the sky. Stories about the constellations were told, and the children made wishes on the shooting stars, believing that Alaric and Estella were up there, listening to each of them. Faith in the power of the stars and the magic of the universe became a unifying force, keeping hope alive in everyone's hearts. And so, life in the kingdom continued in a cycle of peace, love, and discoveries. The brightness of the stars not only illuminated the sky, but also the hearts and minds of those who lived under their mantle. Magic was everywhere, not just in the hands of wizards, but in the spirit of every being who believed in the goodness, wisdom, and power of the universe. The kingdom prospered like never before, every day brighter and more harmonious, always guided by the eternal brightness of the stars and the memory of a kind wizard who, with his wisdom and pure heart, transformed darkness into light and brought hope to all living beings.